just make sure that's sent. It has done. And we are going to press the live button, mate. We're slightly later than I thought.
Should I hide the beer?
No, mate. Come on. We're talking about Willis. It's not a problem.
Oh,
any minute.
Someone by the name News Pickup Supernatural Strength Official is going live.
Oh,
I just received a notification.
Some useless fat dude. You don't need to. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing to say. There's nothing to say. Anyway, I want this to stay quite low key. I didn't advertise it, nothing, because I'll tell you what, Bogie, I am absolutely tired as hell, and we're supposed to get the fix on tonight as well. So I just thought I'd do something super low key. I knew I was only going to be back just in time for Dave and Levan. As it happens, we should now be live. I'll just double check on the channel that we are in fact live.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get many people tuning in, if I'm honest, because I think everybody will be over on Ryan Bowen's channel, watching it on there. But thanks for giving me the updates, mate. For those of you who are in the chat, you'll see that I am joined by the multiple Bulgarian national, European and world champion, Božidar Simeonov. And mate, what you're working with, there it is right there. Boži, been a pretty big day today. Pretty big day. But at the moment, I've not seen any surprises in these results, mate. Not any surprises. I'm actually feeling a little sorry for Daniel. He looks a little bit frozen out. What's your sort of opinions on this one, mate? Before we
he looks, as I told earlier, like he looks really insecure, you know. Like I know he can perform better, but anyway, Irakli, it's amazing puller as well.
Yeah, very, very, very powerful guy, and also he's got strength in a lot of the right areas to deal with Daniel. Daniel obviously possesses that silver bullet. That's where the strength lies, and he's really struggling to get it down now. And obviously, we've just picked up this match. The real reason we've come on here is to discuss the big one tonight, Dave CHAFFEE and LEVAN SAGINASHVILI. But I'm sure everybody's tuned in and got this on the big screen. And it's a precursor to the main event. How did you see this one going beforehand, mate? Did you think it'd be an easy win for Irakli?
No, I actually thought that Daniel will go and hook, like he will try to hook him, or we will see now, because we know like Daniel is actually has really good endurance.
Mm-hmm.
And as well, with the match with Sasha, we saw that Irakli can run out of fuel really fast. So if he managed, but no, like it's 3-1 now. So let's see what happens next.
You told us
if he can close it out.
Straight off the bat, mate, I think you told the truth. You'll never guess who that is, incidentally. Just messaging me. You can hear my phone going in the background. That's your mate, that Rob Vigent Jr. He's just messaging. Yeah.
Put him in.
I think he's busy, buddy.
Get him in.
I would love to get him in. And I'll tell you
I'm warming up for him.
Yeah, he's got. Listen, if Rob's tuning in and watching this, Rob, you let me know and I'll send you the link over, dude.
I swear I will be quiet.
He wouldn't want that. He'd be bored. He'd be bored. If you had him and you were drinking, no. We can't have that, son. If he's coming in, we got to make it count. Yeah, just looking at the match, though, there, I think you hit the nail on the head with, you can see written all over the face of Dan. He just doesn't look there mentally, does he? He looks like he's overhauled, like you say, really insecure in there.
He already effed himself all by himself. So, like, he didn't execute it quite good technically. He could have done better, for sure.
Yeah. But to be perfectly honest, this is his first real experience in a professional arm wrestling league supermatch vendetta format. And it's like anything else. We've seen so many top arm wrestlers go over, compete in a different format, and it does throw them. It's a little bit duck out of water, you know. They just feel a little bit out of their element, and you can really see it. Whereas if you look at Irakli, whilst it's also his first appearance in the vendetta, I think the language, the travel, the rule system, everything, he just seems to be much more fluid and comfortable with.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he's used to those rules, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know if we are watching, like, LEVAN against CHAFFEE now. Like, I don't want it to go this way.
No, I want, mate, I've said it on so many shows up to now.
Like on this match, I'm rooting for Irakli, but on the next one, I'm not rooting for the Georgian.
Really? I thought you'd be definitely backing Levan, because Levan's a lovely dude, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, I'm just a big fan of CHAFFEE, so
yeah, he's in the match, mate. He's in the match. I think he starts as an underdog for sure.
Let's see, yeah.
But okay. It's got some excitement. I mean, I was in the car. We're coming back, and my boy had the thing on his phone, and I saw that on the channel with Ryan, and I think Uncle John was on there as well. He messaged me to say he was on there. I think they had something in the... Yeah.
Betraying us.
Hey, it's not a... Listen, I couldn't have done anything anyway. I've been driving all day. I've been doing the Europe's Strongest Man this weekend. So I just wanted to get on here and see what the situation is with Dave and Levan. And I'm hoping, I'm praying that it is a battle. I don't want... The worst nightmare for me, just for arm wrestling, would be if the match was just a bore fest or it was one-way traffic. I don't want to see that at all. I want to see it be a scrap. I want to see both guys get into a screaming match where we can see them really arm wrestle. I'd love to see Levan tested in different areas, in areas we haven't seen him tested before, you know.
Yeah, I hope CHAFFEE learned his lessons.
Do you think that he's in the match tonight? Do you think he's right there, or do you think he's going to get overhauled?
I hope. Like, I can't say for sure, but I hope that we will see totally different CHAFFEE. Like his hand control. If his hand control endure, I'm sure he can be the winner of this match. But let's see. But if he pulls like that, we will watch this match again.
Yeah, I'm just there. Irakli just ran over Dan. I don't know whether you were watching out of the corner of your eye there, mate. I've got one eye on this match as well, but it's over now. You know, by the shouting, it's done, isn't it? And very impressive performance from Irakli. He's dealing with Dan, who's a tricky customer. Dan's no joke. You know, he's got some serious weaponry. He's really quick, very, very explosive. And Irakli at the moment is all over him. He's just managing to completely negate the hit, and all the sting has gone out of that now, which is it's a shame for Mosier. He travelled over there. He had high aspirations, and I think it would have been nice to see him get some runs on the board here, but he just seems to be getting completely outgunned. Great shame. And he's over there with his lady. I know Dave was in his corner a minute ago. I would have expected Dave to actually be backstage by now, mate, getting his head in the game, and he needs to, I think.
For sure.
You know,
but as well, Dan could have done better, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But like they both went pretty insecure at the beginning, but we saw that Irakli adapted like pretty fast to the whole atmosphere and to the match.
Absolutely, mate. We're going to the last round of this, and hopefully we don't then have too long to wait before we see the main event. That's what we all came for. That's the one. I mean, a lot of people today talking about the significance of the match, and I wanted to just pick that up with you, mate. How significant do you think this is, really? Dave CHAFFEE, obviously in North America, his last two outings were losses. He lost to Michael Todd and lost to Devon Larratt. Do you think that matters, or do you think the fact that we're in a completely different environment, different rule system, do you think that Dave's better suited to this match?
For me, with those pads, WF rules, CHAFFEE is the man in North America. Like King's move, for me, it's not arm wrestling. It's just my opinion. I don't like it. I don't support it. Like, I hate Devon for doing this. Devon, this is not appropriate. Like, I'm big fan of Devon, but not when he's King's moving. That's all.
I kind of disagree personally on that. I think Michael would have still beaten Dave, whatever format they went on. I know I've seen them pull on 7x7s before at the Reebok games. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I think that Michael just had, and also in the, some guys are just your bogeyman, whether it be mentally, whether it be physically. The King's move was the devil for Dave, and Michael just had his number. And I think whether they'd pulled on this format of pad or any other format of pad, I think Michael had Dave's number. Now, The interesting thing, because if you watch their matches, I mean, Michael wasn't scratching Bodgy. He was comfortable.
I need to check on this one.
You know, Devon was on the red line, scratching hard, but Michael definitely had Dave's number. I think what I'm excited about is this is much more. I think like you're exactly right in that Dave seems to be far more comfortable in just orthodox arm wrestling matches. And I genuinely believe that what we're going to see tonight is orthodox arm wrestling. I hope we don't see fouls and that kind of thing. And I don't expect there to be too many. Both guys are very clean. Both guys wait on the... Oh, for anybody watching at home, yes. Done and dusted. Irakli with a very impressive win. Look rock strong. He looks big. He looks comfortable at that weight. And that was a very, very comfortable win for him. Feel for Dan Mosier, but...
It's actually transitioning fight for top 8, 95 kilos.
Yeah. Not
so
a lot
we
of
will...
practice for Dan, though.
Oh, here is the big boy. Look how huge he is.
He's ridiculous, isn't he? I mean, he really is ridiculous. He looks massive. You know, it's funny when you're up close and personal with guys that big. It's shocking just how big they are. I mean, last night, obviously at Europe's Strongest Man, we had some ridiculously big men in the room. We had guys at 191 kilos, 6'8", big boys, and they do have that wow factor, that freak factor. And LEVAN Saginashvili has definitely got that. In fact, looking at him on the pictures with Dave, he makes CHAFFEE look small. Really does. Makes him look... And there's a bloody big weight difference. Very, very significant weight difference here. So do you think that's going to play a big part?
Well, it's not all about the size. At least that's what my girlfriend says. But
you know it, son.
I hope.
She didn't say that to me, your girlfriend. She said, "Oh, that's big."
Big.
Big. Yeah. Hey, to be fair though, it was a warm day. It was a warm day.
Yeah.
Look at that proud man from Georgia there. The Georgian flag draped around his masculine shoulders. And we're just
good job, my boy.
Yeah, mate. Let's be honest. Excellent arm wrestler. Hey.
He executes top roll perfectly.
He's a great top roller. And he's a guy you've had a lot of experience with. Obviously, you pulled your boy Sasho very recently over in Istanbul.
Yeah. And first round was a wake-up call for Sasho.
Look at that. Gela Hubiashvili there. I haven't seen him in a long while. He's grayer than me, that guy. He's about my age, him. Look at that. I've aged better than him, haven't I? You look at me and look at him. I mean, we're both a bit fat. He's stretching
really?
look at the buttons on that shirt there around the titties. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Bit of stretch there. It comes to us all, boys, you know. That does. Yeah. Everybody's been there. When they get closing in on the 50s, you get a bit of that titty button stretch. It's not a good look. Oh, poor old Daniel. Look at him. He's absolutely distraught, poor lad. But he had a good go at it. He had a good go at it. Now, let's see in the chat. I'm going to see if we can rattle up some interest in the chat here for the guys that got in. Welcome if you're just joining us, guys. We are on live to discuss Dave CHAFFEE and LEVAN Saginashvili, one of the biggest matches this year. How much significance you put on this, that's up to you guys. But what cannot be denied is this is a very, very big match, a match of real significance between two of the undoubtedly most powerful arm wrestlers. Even if you don't rate Dave CHAFFEE and LEVAN Saginashvili as the best, if you're the most hardcore Devon Larratt fan, Monster Michael Todd fan, Jerry Cadorette, Vitaly Lalatin, you name who you love, one thing you cannot deny is that the member
Kirsten Prodigy. My man. Big shout out to Kirsten. Yeah.
It's coming.
You have greetings from here.
February. What date is it again, mate, for the people in the chat? February
26th of February.
26th of February. And I'm told by Kirsten Prodigy that arm will not go down. Won't go down. What are you going to do? Won't go down.
We'll see.
We'll see, Kirsten Prodigy. Is he in the chat? I haven't been looking there. He probably is. Good dude, actually. And in the very worst of circumstances, should everything go south for you at that event, you'll be able to top up your suntan, boys, you know. It's in Malta. It's a lovely place to be. Hopefully they don't keep us waiting too long here either. Come on, Yella. Get out of there, son. Let's get the big boys on. Everybody, we all want to see this thing. Plus, we want it to end quite quickly so we can get off here and get onto the fix. And I'm not up till Christ knows what. It'll be like midnight when Rolly Ray comes on the fixed show at this rate.
Where is coach?
You know what? I think he's in Latvia. I don't think he's traveling around. He's probably just walking the cat. Hey, we've just had a super chat. Adam. Buy yourself a beer, Neil, the real voice of arm wrestling. Thanks, brother, and thank you for your super chat. Mucho appreciated. Whoa, sweet child of mine. Here we go. The hype has started. Very sexy looking Mr. Dave CHAFFEE has just appeared. And he's looking good there. He looks healthy, doesn't he?
I love his hairstyle, really.
Yeah, it's wonderful, and it's very minimalistic haircut, that, mate. You don't need a lot of shampoo in the CHAFFEE household. Look at that. Yes, I like his top. Very good. CHAFFEE in the top 8. Come on, son. He looks quite an imposing figure, pretty impressive. He might not do in a minute when LEVAN SAGINASHVILI pops up on the screen. But
I think they will need a bigger screen for him.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Dave CHAFFEE makes the walk for what is arguably the biggest opportunity of this lad's life. He is right on the cusp now, has an opportunity to really ground himself and let everybody know that he's back in the mix and he is a force to be reckoned with. Very popular individual, and rightly so. Dave CHAFFEE, he's super orthodox, he's super powerful. Many people still consider him to be the strongest of the North Americans. But is it strong enough? Well, we're about to find out, mate, because as you can see on the screen there, those of you watching along with us at home, the intimidating figure of LEVAN SAGINASHVILI is on the big screen. And SAGINASHVILI is an animal. There's no doubt about it. This guy, every inch of him looks like it was made. He looks like he got his equipment from the top shelf at the arm wrestling shop. Massive hands, thick wrists. Hip index is good. You don't get distracted by that woman now, boy.
I already forgot about the match.
She's pretty distracting, I'm not gonna lie. But notice my professional demeanor. It didn't waver.
You're professional. I'm just an arm wrestler.
Hey, you've got a good look at the size of that man. That is a big. But what was his weight? Did anybody in the chat? If anybody saw his weight, if they've weighed these lads in the last couple of days, he looks north of 180 kilos there all day.
Yeah. I think it's 180. Probably.
About 180. Yeah, he looks it. He looks massive. And for a man that's not overly tall, big boy Dave with a little glance across.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, mate. You're on the hardcore stuff. You know what I'm on here? Iced tea. Iced tea. Peach iced tea is the flavour.
Mine as well. Iced tea.
Yeah. Bulgarian iced tea.
Bulgarian iced.
Yeah, the only iced tea in Europe that will have you falling down the goddamn stairs. Now, here we go. It is showtime, a lot of people. Hey, Matt Road Sport is in the chat. Matt Road Sport, buddy, how are you doing? Big fan, brother. Big fan. Nice to... I just looked up at the chat. And Matt, do you follow Matt Road Sport? Anybody in the chat, if you're not subscribed to that guy, what are you thinking? Get over there to Matt Road Sport and check that out.
I like how LEVAN is going all around and CHAFFEE is just standing there so calm.
CHAFFEE looks small, doesn't he, by comparison? He really does. When you look at him there, they're saying that LEVAN's official weight, Jack Valance has just come in and said he weighed in at 168. So I think he's actually been bigger than that in past matches. But let's see what Matt's put. I've been down this rabbit hole the last 6 months after getting interested in the sport. Amazing how it can look so straightforward on the surface, but be so complex. Thanks for all the info here, Matt. Great to have you involved in the sport, mate, and I hope you are enjoying it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. CHAFFEE and SAGINASHVILI, the wait is over. Hope you're all enjoying it at home. Get it on your big screen and pray that this thing doesn't lock up. Here we go. CHAFFEE in the yellow shirt, North America's finest in terms of orthodox top-end strength. Many people consider this to be the man. Has he got enough top-end strength to deal with the truly enormous Georgian arm wrestler LEVAN SAGINASHVILI? This is a man who's openly gone on record as saying he doesn't want to lose a round of arm wrestling in his entire life. Wow, look at the power. And I'll tell you what, early signs, that's a win. It's been given as a foul in a losing position, making no attempt to grip. But I'm going to go out there right now and tell you, Dave hasn't got enough. He has not got enough. Because there's very, very little plan B for me there. I'd be very, very surprised if he can do anything from there, Bodgy. What did you take from that, mate?
I would have given them the straps. Like it's, I just want to see them pulling. That's all.
Yes. Enormous drive off the start there, and very, very quick from LEVAN SAGINASHVILI. But the integrity in the hand and wrist was what I took from it there, and there was no give whatsoever there. He was right in the mix. Oh no way! It's frozen up my end. Let's have a look if we can just refresh.
Probably if it was just 2 fingers higher, it could be straps, but it was 2 down. Like he opened his angle really good.
Just to,
I didn't type this.
You still see the match rolling your end, mate? I've frozen up over here.
Yeah, it's rolling for me. Like,
oh, here we go. We're back.
Is it okay?
We're back in action. I was going to have to hand over to you there, brother, because
I can just turn over my camera. So
let's have a look.
LEVAN is a beast.
He looked great there. He looked really, really sharp. He was out of the blocks early. Dakota Adams, thanks for your super chat, mate. Much appreciated. He's put big fan of CHAFFEE, but damn, LEVAN's arm is the size of Dave's thigh. I'll tell you what, regardless of size or anything else, the integrity of that hand and wrist was incredible. Lady walking around there showing us we got round 2 coming up. Ominous signs for Dave there. And Dave, you can see, he looks a little pensive. Now, this is it. Now, this is the pivotal moment, because if Dave has got anything left up his sleeve, he needs to pull it out right now. He needs to get those muscles higher, much higher.
And you can see, like, LEVAN is pressing the center really good, like, from the beginning.
What is interesting, he's also engaging that lower palm quite a bit. Look at the... He is driving forward with the lower hand and wrist, and he's engaging the lower hand and wrist. He's trying to shut down Dave. And that's something people thought he would be frightened of doing. They thought he might be concerned about engaging arm on arm. Not from what I'm seeing. And look at the size of that hand. It's like massive.
He doesn't want to slip. He just wants to win. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
The interesting thing is now, LEVAN's confidence, ladies and gents, is going to be through the roof right now, because he's got that win under his belt, and those initial nerves, just trying to understand exactly what he's facing into, it's now on. He knows exactly what Dave's brought. Now, Dave has not been the most versatile of arm wrestlers in the past. We've not seen him change things up a great deal. Are we going to see that now? CHAFFEE from North America, yellow and black shirt. SAGINASHVILI is the man in the red from Georgia. Into the referee's grip. The referee's going to close down the thumbs. Individually, she'll then move to the hands. As soon as she completes that, watch for the goal. Watch if we get a repeat of that start in round 1. SAGINASHVILI was so quick away. Down comes the handless CHAFFEE. Here comes SAGINASHVILI, and he's underway. And look at that. Again, that hand and wrist integrity, Bodgy. Rock strong.
Just give them straps.
Yeah. I think we're going to get it now. Oh, maybe we're not. Maybe
I just want to see them in straps. Like, if LEVAN beats him same way in straps, it's okay. Like, he's the better guy.
I think everybody in the world wants to see that.
Yeah. But anyway, like, first round, he couldn't manage to slip. CHAFFEE couldn't manage to slip. So,
no.
Like, it says a lot, but let's say it's coincidence. So, let's wait.
For me, what was interesting, again, there was just no movement at all on the hand and wrist. And Dave's nervous. Oh, oh Jesus God.
And this is top 8. The fall.
No comment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just give them the fucking strap, like, and let them pull.
I think I may just nip outside and shut my floppy dog in the car door to take the pain away. of watching a match at a significant end on something like that. I mean,
That's why I like running falls, you know.
Dave is in trouble. There didn't seem to be any plan B there at all for him. And on the hit, I mean, LEVAN was just not troubled at all. There was nothing. There was no give. There was no movement on the hand and wrist. He seems to be at a very unique level of integrity in that hand and wrist at the moment. And Dave just didn't trouble it. Not one bit. I wonder what's going through that man's mind right now. I wonder. He's never been the most versatile of competitors, Bojan. I've never seen Dave really change things up. It's just, you know, it's that same thing, only harder.
Yes, but he has been the most fair play puller I've seen, you know. Like, yeah, he's pulling like a real man. That's why I like him so much.
No doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. He pulls very orthodox. He pulls, well, I say orthodox. He's actually the most orthodox puller I've ever seen, if you will. He's a little bit like that sort of Richard Lupka's style in that he just drives straight through and across you. He's not really a fluid, smooth positional arm wrestler. Oh, don't lock up on me now, baby.
Do we have update on Lupkas? How is he? Where is he?
I haven't spoken to Richard or Shirley in a while, and I need to check in with him. Here we go, ladies and gents, into round 3.
Bring him back to Arm Wars.
I don't think we're going to see a high-level Richard again. I think I think that time is past, but really wish him... Oh, my word, that's comfortable. I mean, that is a very, very dominant win.
That's
in every sense of the word. Again, as he rolled to the pad, there was absolutely no give whatsoever in the hand and wrist of LEVAN SAGINASHVILI. That was supremely comfortable. Statement made. LEVAN SAGINASHVILI. That was incredible. Henry Bowerslaw with a super chat. Mate, thanks for coming in and supporting the channel. Once again, this event shows that running fouls is needed to take this sport to the next level. It's a fact. How much proof do we need?
Agree.
Yeah. Let's put F, pure arm wrestling. I can honestly say, anybody that was doubting just how much top-end strength LEVAN SAGINASHVILI possesses, those last couple of setups, and particularly the last pin, gave you a very clear illustration of what this guy's working with, and it is significant. And he looks fluid, mate. He looks smooth, doesn't he? Looks like he's joined up. He looks very comfortable in those positions.
Like from LEVAN's I've seen at WF, and probably from last top 8, I can say that now he's complete for sure. Like, he is unstoppable.
Here we go. Your mate Rob Bidgent Jr. has just come pinging in with a text here. He's put holy. What's he got here? He's I think he's quite impressed. I'm not going to say exactly what he's written, but holy, and you can fill in the gaps. I'm going to get a shit ton of hate, or becoming more and more valuable by the minute. I'm like the old white rhino right now. Mate, I love him. I'll tell you what, Dave CHAFFEE fans all over the world are going to be a little bit upset right now because he is in serious, serious trouble. And it's very hard to see any way back into this match. You know what, mate? I actually hope now that he's not going to lose the match from here, is he? Let's be honest. LEVAN's not going to lose it. If he takes this next pin, I hope he just folds in there nice and easy, and let's just see what he's got. Let's just let Dave get into one, and let's see what he's got. Once he gets to 4, it's just my concern is that LEVAN said he wants to win every match 6-0. He doesn't want to take any risk, and that may mean that he doesn't feel comfortable with letting Dave get into where he needs to be.
For sure.
But I think personally he's got rope, and I think he should just let a little bit out. I think he's got plenty. But
now I'm thinking about, like, before Dave, even at prime of Dennis, like, Dave could manage to do something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, against the best in Europe.
You know what's very interesting here as well, mate? If you look at the approach of Dave CHAFFEE, just everybody in the chat, look at your screen and look at the approach of Dave. Dave is still trying to force the issue the only way he knows how, and that's to meet things head on. Loading up there, applying a lot of back pressure, a lot of side pressure. It's not going to work with this man. He's got to try and box him. He's got to try and outmaneuver him. And there's just no way. From a technical perspective, you can see how joined up LEVAN is. It's not just, we're not looking at a man here who's just horsepower. We're not looking at that individual. We're looking at a man who is extraordinarily strong and also technically proficient. And that's the big thing. That's what makes this man such a scary prospect. DCS Beamer, thanks for your super chat. LEVAN making a statement. No one beats LEVAN on power alone. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Right now, there's levels in any sport. And right now, we are seeing a level that we may not have seen for a long period of time from LEVAN SAGINASHVILI. He's progressing, he's evolving, and he's putting on a masterclass right now.
Vitaly will has the last word, so...
Yeah, if anybody can beat this man right now, for me, there's only two guys for different reasons. One of them's LEVAN, because LEVAN is very tricky, very strange from a technical perspective. And if he shows up like he did in Dubai, he may be able to force a Kings. From an orthodox perspective, I don't think LEVAN's there. Now, look at the hand and wrist of SAGINASHVILI. He was hanging him up there, and it was comfortable. Hanging him up.
Like, I hope to see at least one strap match, but now it doesn't matter already.
No, for me, it's completely immaterial. I think it's done, isn't it? I mean,
like, first round's okay, but now it's already over.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because you were saying Vitaly Lalatin has the last word. Well, Lalatin is evolving as well. And I can't wait till these guys meet again. I cannot wait till we see Lalatin, who looked ridiculous against Krasi.
He destroyed our whole team for a few hours. Yeah, it was like massacre in our hometown.
Here we go. Look at the low grip again from Dave. He doesn't try to. I mean, he's popping off the back of the pad. The elbow. Oh, God damn. Let him arm wrestle. For Christ's sake, he's posing no threat.
Where is Coach Ray now to scream hook out of the crowd?
Yeah, we need somebody. Now, for me, I am willing. I am sending. If my spirit animal is the honey badger, I'm projecting honey badger down the microphone across the sea to LEVAN SAGINASHVILI, and the honey badger is shouting, "Hook, motherfucker." Nice and slow, grip him low, roll him in. Let's go. I wrote that on the spot there, son. What do you think? Hey?
It sounded like a fairy tale.
Thanks, mate. And I'm on iced tea, in case you didn't know.
I have mine as well, but it's almost over.
Oof, don't run out of iced tea, lad. Not tonight. Sunday night.
We have like National Day tomorrow, so I'm taking good rest.
Oh, you're okay. Ready to go. Got a feel for Dave in the old discussion around East versus West. What a statement. Holy. Incredible. LEVAN SAGINASHVILI. One is real. For those who didn't know, but I'll tell you what, I'm so impressed with the man's hand and wrist. So impressive. Phenomenal integrity in that hand and wrist. Dave has that one arrow. Always had. I mean, everybody said it coming into this match. I had a show about a month ago now, and that was with Engin. And on there, I said, what I want to see is, I want to see this thing get folded in nice and tight and see if LEVAN has got enough top-end strength in the arm. The most exciting thing about this from just where LEVAN's at is it's even getting there that's an issue. I mean, you can see Dave is the man running. Dave's the man who doesn't want to engage. Dave obviously feels something in that arm that he does not want any part of. He's been completely manhandled at this stage, and that's quite shocking, really.
If he tries, like, Levan will open him. Like, his only chance was straps, but I don't think it will work. Like,
No.
even if they are fresh by fresh, like, he can't even sleep. So it's, I don't know. It's disgusting to watch.
Disgustingly strong. I want to see LEVAN just impose his will, just confident, and just roll in there. Let's see what you got in that arm, LEVAN. You're going to get more respect, actually, from doing that right now than you are. You really are. People want to see that, you know. When he looks at, to be fair, look at that calf. He's supinating there. You know, he's sat down on that elbow and he's supinating. I don't think he's going to roll from there.
He will go inside probably now.
Now, Dakota Adams, thanks for your super chat. Truly believe 290 Devon couldn't do this to Dave. I don't know if Devon could peel a match from LEVAN unless he uses King's move. That's exactly what he'd use, mate, I think. The big difference in Devon and Dave is just the trickiness. It's the fact that Dave doesn't have other weapons in his arsenal. Devon has got a myriad of weapons in his arsenal. Many, many different things. And also the application of the speed is better. I mean, Devon's not fast, but he's faster than Dave. The shocking thing is that LEVAN seemed to deal with fast arm wrestlers and keep that integrity as well. And he is not slow out of the blocks. LEVAN SAGINASHVILI, pretty quick.
And as well, like, Devon has really strong, this, like, low hand pronating.
Yes, incredible pronation strength. And that's the thing. It's the trickiness. What you're looking at here is two punches. A boxer versus a puncher, different scenario, different dynamic. Now, different level of arm wrestler. I'll tell you that right now. You could see that Dave there, when he was running out of top end, he just continued to drive at it. Didn't look to shape or change. He's into panic mode. He's into redline, and he needs somebody there to say, Dave, slow it all down. Just let's try something different. Keep your hand and wrist. Try and keep hold of your hand and wrist. Wow. LEVAN, what an animal. Supremely powerful individual.
I really don't see someone beating him right now.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. I don't see people. The person that I think may give him problems, if I'm perfectly honest, is the Latin again. I think that opening round was pivotal there. And if Vitaly Latin could get his wrist and hand folded back, and he wasn't far away, if he could get his wrist and hand folded back, that changes the dynamic of the match enormously. I'm a firm believer in it's on the day once you get to that level. And I do believe that Vitaly Latin is around a similar level. There's not a great deal in those two men. What I am very, very, very impressed with again tonight from LEVAN, and we haven't actually seen too much of it, but we've seen enough of it to suggest what his capabilities are, in my opinion. And he is a very, very good arm wrestler. He
learned his lesson from last format, probably. Yeah. For sure.
Looking really complete. He's protecting his hand and wrist so well, so intelligently. And he's got the top end to back it up. And to be honest, what can I say? We've seen two of the matches end on fouls, which is a great shame. And we haven't actually seen the guys get into that folded position. And I don't think we're going to do, mate. I think that LEVAN wants to win 6-0 and he doesn't want to take any risks. And you can respect that. Why not? You know, if he wants to run a guy over, let him run him over. But I would have liked to see it. And even if it went in there now, I think Dave's ruined. I think he's done enough damage. It's over.
Why to ruin his image? Like, he wants to be absolute champion. So
yeah, absolutely. All. And there's always something there.
I want to take the risk against our boy Georgi Tvetkov. You know, he has been pulling like really, really hard, preparing really, really hard lately. So, like, I just want to see them how our boy will go with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not boy, it's a giant, but
oh yeah, he's a big boy. You wouldn't want him on the top bunk, would you? have been badly made.
But
There you go.
I haven't seen someone top rolling him lately, or somebody making him sweat, like on right hand.
Look at
Yeah,
Dave
like
with the back pressure there, Boji, just trying to run away again. And I'll tell you what, Levan's dug onto that elbow. He's coming across. He's not running. Little bit of pronation just to counter it. And oh my word, that is so comfortable. It's not even close. It is not even close. What a statement made. What a statement made by that man. LEVAN SAGINASHVILI absolutely decimating Dave CHAFFEE with consummate ease. You can say what you want. 2 of the matches ended on fouls, but that wasn't close. It was absolutely decisive. Absolutely.
It was too dominant.
Yeah, totally and utterly dominant. And LEVAN SAGINASHVILI, so impressive. We're going to be on the fixing probably about, might start a little later, sort of around 15, 20 minutes time, something like that. Feel free to join us on there, Bodgy, if you want, mate. But what I can say is that will have shocked a lot of people. Probably there's a lot of people out there that feel like it isn't shocking, that they expected that 100%. But every credit for Dave CHAFFEE for taking it on. He went over there. He gave it his absolute best. But tonight we have seen a lot of things proven. We've seen that the hand and wrist strength of LEVAN SAGINASHVILI is otherworldly. It really is. He's supremely powerful there. It was at no time was he in any trouble throughout that entire match. He completely dominated it. And like you said earlier, there's a very, very short list of athletes, I think, that are going to be able to do a great deal with that man. Very, very short list of athletes. Interesting discussion tonight on the fix. And we'll get into that. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of opinions. We'll see. It's DCS Beamer coming with a quick super chat. Dave is a beast. But seems like LEVAN could take on 2 Daves at the same time here. Absolute specimen. He really is an impressive individual, isn't he? And tonight, he was in a different place, different league, different level. Every credit to Dave for giving it his best shot, but there was nothing else in the toolkit. He ran out of options pretty early. Bit disappointing, as I say, that we saw the 2 rounds end on fouls. To be perfectly honest, I don't think it would have made a scrap of difference. Would you agree with that, mate?
For sure. Like, LEVAN was the better man. Like, no second thoughts.
Not even close. And the top 8, delivering the match a lot of people wanted to see. And in some respects, it's shocking in the fact that it was so anticlimactic. The actuality of this was anticlimactic, and many, many people will be reassessing their opinions of LEVAN SAGINASHVILI. He came in the bigger man, he came in the more powerful man, but most importantly, he absolutely demonstrated that he is a complete arm wrestler. And it's hard to envisage that there are many people out there, with the possible exception of Vitaly Lalatin and the possible exception of a very big, very well-prepared Devon Larratt, that are going to be able to take this man into the depth of water that you're going to need to take him to make him show what his skill set is, because I think he's got a tremendous amount in reserve there, and I think he was moving very well, particularly for a man of that size, that much power. His hand and wrist integrity are exceptional. His balance was great. His confidence went through the roof early, so I think we got a really good look at what he can do. It's a very special boy, isn't it?
Take this boy to the Hall of Fame.
Strong lad, mate. Very, very strong lad. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thanks to everybody who's taken the time to tune in and check out, have a little chat about this thing with us. Great to have you on here. We're going to be going over to the fix, as I say, in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes time. Hopefully some of you make it over there and we can have a run through things. Maybe Bodgy can jump on there and join us as well.
See you there. Yeah.
I think we've got a lot to talk about. Ladies and gents, thanks for checking it out. We'll see you on the fix very soon. Biggity bong, mother fluffers.